So I've said that I'm into tech. Hello everyone, my name is Sin, and today we're taking a look at the Note 10 Plus by Samsung. The special difference in this review being from a flip phone user. Alright, so to start off, the reason why I was actually drawn to even purchasing this fun little device in the first place is because I wanted some sort of a device that would really have, give me even more of a pop in my camera. The camera that I have right now on my Samsung W2018 is pretty good. I like it a lot. The microphone on there is actually pretty good as well, so that's, kind of keeps me going a little bit. But I wanted to try something like this, alright? And because of the 16 megapixel extra wide, I believe it is, the standard 12 megapixel, and some of all the other additional software they have on this, it just makes it so that this is actually an incredibly good camera, just by that alone. So to have a device like this that can be portable as a camera is number one, pretty cool, but then I also wanted additional work features that I could use on the go, as opposed to, having to carry around my laptop everywhere. Because my particular laptop, I believe it's a 7.1 inch, which is actually a much larger laptop, but it serves its purpose for all sorts of other things. Anyway, getting back to this here itself, this is a vast change from what I'm used to. Again, this flip phones are where I live and where I always have, and I've never used this. This sort of thing like that. It just doesn't feel right to me, and I did not purchase this to be used as a phone. So as a matter of fact, I have zero intentions whatsoever of actually activating this on any sort of network plan or whatever. If there's some sort of internet only thing, I might end up doing that with something. But as far as, actual cellular service, no, this is work device. So speaking of work device, okay, so this thing, what majorly drew me to this one over any other, phone brick model is actually this S Pen, as it's called. So this here allows me to, have an external device piece that, as opposed to constantly having to use the actual touchscreen itself. It's not like a stylus in the way that works, because it actually has a number of other functions, such as this button here, and it has a bunch of other gesture movements that apparently you can do on screen. I haven't learned those. That'll be a humongous learning curve for me, there's no doubt about that. But again, knowing that they're there is pretty cool. So again, one of the things that I did talk about was the camera. This thing truly has an exceptional camera, and last night I had kind of played around with it just a little bit to figure out what it may or may not be good at, and also some of the other instances where, the night mode, for example, okay? So here's two examples, okay? So if you can see on screen there, there's one without the night mode on. I know you're getting a lot of reflection and glare, but then here, then look at that instant pop in the lighting alone, okay? And it actually looks pretty good and very vibrant. So again, with that personally, I'm pretty pleased. So that means that within nighttime settings and whatever else, or where I might be recording, I know that I've got something that will be able to give me at least something, okay? So I know I doubled down on the something there, but something's a something, and we need something, okay? Now talking actually on some of the other techier elements, because obviously, a review from me in this realm is not going to be the same as what you would get from some of those professional tech reviewers in terms of, they've always used devices like this. I'm sure many of you guys, or most of you guys rather, use, smartphones like this, but I'm not used to it. I like having a physical keyboard, again, like I've got here. And so while I can use the external screen to type messages and things like that, since the phones I have and have been using are double touchscreen, and double screen phones, it's still just overall the layout is just not what I'm used to. So here, for instance, I'm used to having a settings button down here, okay? But instead on this one here, I've got to pull this up, I think, and I don't even see it like this, maybe? Okay, see, you get the picture. I don't even know how to get to my settings, all right? And again, on this phone, it's just a quick button for settings. I can go in and make all the adjustments I want. very simple and easy for me. I'm sure for all of you guys too, it's very simple and easy, but since I'm not used to this sort of a platform, it will be difficult. Some of the other things I really look forward to doing are actual video edits on here as well. So by having this cool little pen, you know, being able to cut and do some of the programming that I've seen that they have built into them, it'll make life, again, on the go a lot easier since I do like travel. All right, so again, major plus on that. And you know, I don't know. I mean, this is the Samsung Note 10 Plus. You know, again, it's great size. It's got the 12 gigabytes of RAM, which again, as an overall, you know, tech standpoint, or rather power standpoint within computers, that's more RAM than a ton of laptops have. So if you're thinking about, you know, your standard laptops, you know, or school laptops or anything like that, most of those are between 6 and 8 gigabytes of RAM, all right? And so for this to have 12, wow. Additionally, of course, you know, we have 256 gigabytes of storage on this, which yet again makes for so many possibilities as far as, yeah, work on the go. So whether it is photos or videos or all sorts of other things that I'm personally into, I'll be able to have this as a supplementary device that will allow me to do those sorts of things and you know, make sure that I'm not skimping out on the quality, because everybody deserves quality, okay? Another thing that many of you guys probably already know about this particular model is that the camera on here actually has a zoom in mic, so if I zoom in closer, the microphone becomes stronger and focuses on what the person's actually saying, which again, for very many situations, I can find it to be extremely useful. But anyways, guys, this is kind of my initial review and take on this thus far. Again, overall, this thing truly is elegant, which if you guys have seen some of my other videos, elegance is key. It's what I'm all about. The lack of a headphone jack to me isn't a big deal because I use an MP3 player still for music. Again, I'm pretty old school with a lot of things. It's just how I am. So separation of duties, therefore not a deal breaker for me, but for some people I know if you're looking for an actual phone device, it can be. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you guys have any tips, tricks, or hints, or how I can kind of go about the learning curve on this, because it's going to be quite a process. But otherwise, we will see you all again for the next video.